Hello. Today's lesson is pretty easy because it should be a review for most of you guys. Um, just to give you a little bit of information, we're talking about properties of equality. And so when we're talking about properties of equality, we basically mean that an equation is a sentence that uses an equal sign to show that two expressions have the same value. So if I have 5, just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. If I have 5 plus 3 equals 8, I know that 5 plus 3 equals 8. However, what if I do 5 plus 3 plus 2 equals 8? Does that equal the same thing? No, but if you think of a seesaw, right here, I have 5 plus 3 plus 2 on this side. I have 8 on this side. What do I have to do to this side to make it even? Well, I have to add 2, right? If I do something to one side of an equation, I have to do it on the other side, or my equation is no longer equal. So let's look at another example. Right here, this is kind of a summary. So the addition property of equality means that if I add something like my 2 on one side of the equal sign, I have to add it to the other side of my equal sign. The subtraction property of the equality means that if I subtract something, so I subtract 2 on one side, I have to subtract 2 on the other side. When I look at the multiplication property of equality, I've got to look at right here. They are multiplying 2. Right here, I have to multiply 2 on both sides of the equal sign. And the division property of equality, if I divide on one side, I have to divide on the other side. So I divide on both sides of the equal sign. Let's look at the next part of our lesson. We have a couple of examples, so let's look at this. If I have 16 plus 5, which equals 21, which is correct, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, then if I take 16 plus 5 minus 4, does it equal 21 minus 4? What do you think? I think it does, because if I subtract 4 on one side, I have to subtract 4 on the other side. So let's look at number 2. If I have 3p equals 27, well, if I take 3p times 2, does it equal 27 times 3? Times 2 times 3. Are those equal? No, they are not. So for this one, I would put they're not equal because I multiply one side by 2 and one side by 3. Let's look at this one. If I have 4s minus 6 and it equals 18, if I have 4s minus 6 divided by 2, does it equal 18 divided by 2? It actually does, because I divide 2 on both sides. Oh, there go my glasses. Let's see what's next. Let me clear the screen and change the screen. Let's look at this one. If a pen balance shows x plus 2 equals 10, and if you add 5 units to one side, can you balance the scale by adding x units to the other side? What do you think? Well, for this problem right here, I would have to add 5 units to the other side. I can't add x units. If my problem is 8 plus 2 equals 10, 8 is x. So if I add 5 units on one side, I have to add 5 units to the other. I cannot add 8 because 8 is what x is, because one side would get me 18 and the other side would get me 15. Let's see the next problem. Oh, that is it for today. It was a pretty simple lesson, as you can tell. Good luck on your homework, and I'll see you again.